Oh god! Oh god!
What's going on, guys? Welcome to another edition of the Narik Chase channel. I'm your boy Narik Chase, and in this video we're going to be reviewing Fallout 4. Players end up taking control of the sole survivor of Vault 111 after their spouse ends up getting killed and their child being stolen. And it's up to you to venture out into the Commonwealth, get sweet revenge for your spouse's death, and to find your child. Fallout 4's story is actually pretty good. Here you have the sole survivor who ventures out into the wasteland to find their son, only to get caught up in this conflict. Tensions are pretty high, and it's because of these synthetics that are invading the land, who all come from this mysterious institute. There are various factions within the game: Institute, Minutemen, the Railroad, Brotherhood of Steel, and all of their interactions weigh very hard upon what's going on in the Commonwealth. And the game does not waste that much time just throwing you into it, even from the first mission where you don your very first power armor in this post-apocalyptic wasteland and having to deal with this awesome death claw. There are a ton of side missions to help extend the gameplay, of course. After you go through the extensive gameplay and you find out why your child was stolen, who done it, as memorable as it could have been, and particularly when joining the different factions, when you beat the game, you can continue playing. It doesn't start back from the last mission. The meat of the review is going to be the gameplay. They did a great job of making the combat that much intense. For some fast-paced action, VATS makes a return, and it's a bit more specific. Even though it does not stop time, it slows time down, but that also keeps the tension going while doing battles. The combat is so specific, you'll find yourself a lot of times not even using VATS. Crafting does make a return, and whether it's weaponry, various armors, power armor, there's just a lot of customization, giving it perks or just boosting it up, even to where just making it look different. The loot actually has specific purpose. Now, whether it's between crafting, building settlements, it works. All of the loot that you get in the game contributes to something. Perk system is a little bit different. Skills, abilities, and perks are all on like the same sheet. Your attributes at the top, then you have your perks and skills going down. The more points you have on your attributes, the more unlocked skills you get depending on which level you are. The RPG elements, I think that does suffer a little bit, and it does kind of take away from the immersion of building the character. Power armor is actually pretty awesome in this game. It's not like clothing now, it's actually armor. You can't play the game without it, and sometimes when you're playing more harder difficulties, more harder enemies and taking on harder missions, better to have a voice in the game because it does make the character stand out a bit more, and it also makes the interactions a lot more engaging. Well, the Fallout 4 companions are just awesome. Clearly some are more memorable than others. I do like Kate, I do like Piper, Dogmeat, Valentine, Strong, Curie, Cogsworth. I thought those were some really good characters. They do have skill sets that can actually help you within battle and outside of battle. Like Kate, she's able to pick locks. You got Nick Valentine that's able to hack computers. Graphics are better than they have been, but not by much. There are some bugs in the game when it comes to the frame rates dropping and some of the rendering of the textures. The city of Boston itself is just beautifully done. I mean, yes, it has atmosphere. It looks like crap. It looks like a post-apocalyptic city, but it's just great to look at. Now, whether you're looking out over the ocean or the mountains or the swampy areas, everything just does look very good. When you're underground, it feels very claustrophobic and close-knit, and I just love the atmosphere that this game has. So when it comes to that open world, the visuals itself just completely support it. It's an extremely big game. There is just a lot in this game. I like how all the character models look a bit different. That's mostly due to how diverse the crafting system is. The enemy types, the creatures themselves have varying looks to them, and I do like that. The Mirelurks have like 5 like different types, and of course you got the newly introduced Mirelurk Queen, which is completely awesome addition to the Fallout lore. The Death Claws look a bit different. All of the creatures have these like new design overhauls that make them look pretty unique and pretty scary at moments. A lot of them have very disturbing looks. The animals do have a bit more traits now, so the Mirelurks are able to burst out the ground if you get close enough. The mole rats will burrow underground and then jump back up to attack you, as well as the giant rad scorpions. They'll burrow underground and jump up to attack you. If you get out of reach from the actual creatures where they can't get to you, they will retreat in an attempt to draw you out. and actually have their own tactics when fighting players. I would have liked to seen a bit more cinematics in this game, and yes, Fallout don't really have cinematics like that, but I would actually like to see one of the best moments of the game is when you first come up out of Vault 11 and you see what the world has become like. Music is just done extremely well. It has a very emotional touch to it. On the menu screen, the typical Fallout theme just feels more emotionally empowered. My favorite song, of course, is The Dominant Species. You're fighting a tough enemy and that song starts to play, things get to jumping, and it just makes it all that more awesome. Also, the voice performances are done well, some a bit better than others. The sound done extremely well. One of the best moments I like about this game is when you're kind of going through the city and you can hear gunshots that are going off in the distance. The creatures have their own unique sounds, noises as well, and makes the weapons feel unique and very diverse. Wearing the power arm, and you can actually hear that it's got weight to it. It has that mechanical movement. There are tons of side missions to do. There are tons of exploration. If you're one of those bobblehead collectors like I am, the bobbleheads make an appearance in this game. If you're just into just trying to find legendary loot, there are plenty of legendary enemies out there to fight. Not like that they regenerate the enemies. It just keeps the game more active. Also, if you're into collecting perks, because now there's no level cap, you can just keep collecting perks. So able to build settlements and customize settlements, which the loot does provide materials for. And there are just several settlements that you can just customize and just build upon. And I've spent a ton of time just sitting here just building, putting up defenses for them and to maintain them, food or water, recruit people to come to live at your settlements. There's a lot of great DLC, some of them not so much. Far Harbor introduces a new area with new enemy types and a new story to help flesh out more of the world. It was a great DLC. There are some that are a bit better than others. Now again, some of the negatives of the game is the factions don't feel separate enough. The faction system, I wish could have been a little bit more independent of the main story. I do like the fact that you can't accrue all of your companions in one spot. The endings should be a bit more diverse. This game should have at least 5 or 6 different endings. AI companions can be annoying at times, whether you get into a firefight and they're not helping, or they're just standing around, or they're just in your way, or more specifically when they just disappear. There's literally no reason why the companion system in this game should be like that. This system in this game should be a bit better with the AI, so hopefully in the next game they fix that bug. This engine that's in this game, it was good for 3 and New Vegas, but for a new gen game, they should change up, because like I said, when it comes to the frame rate drops, when it comes to the game freezing here and there, the bugginess, we need to get past that. But we cannot have this progressing to the next Fallout game or Elder Scrolls game. Again, it would be awesome to have better dialogue options to make it more diverse and a bit more to the voice performances. Some of the character models do look kind of funny, I'm not going to lie, but it didn't really, just the way the gameplay and the open world didn't really detract too much from it, so I was okay with it. There's too many loading screens and they take too long at times, and it just gets annoying. And I will admit, the settlement missions, as fun as it is crafting and building them, they can be very repetitive and very tiresome at times, because when you start to build one, it seems like every minute they're getting attacked, and all your defenses and stuff that you placed didn't really count for nothing. It's like, well, what's the point of me building the defenses if there's not doing nothing when I'm not there? Whether somebody got kidnapped, there's going to be a future attack you had to prevent, or whether a certain group keeps attacking your settlements, it can be a bit repetitive and tiresome at times. So where does Fallout 4 rank in my book? There's a lot to love about this game. There's also a lot to not to like about this game. And yes, the game does freeze. It has its loading times, the repetitiveness of the settlement missions. You know, the choices don't feel really important. There are the glitches and the bugs here and there. And some of the DLC could have been better. But the trade-off that we do get is a very challenging combat system that's fast-paced, great characters, a vast open world, a good story, beautiful score, tons of replayability and customization, and even some good graphics and a good DLC. So that's a pretty good trade-off. I had to say, Fallout 4 definitely deserves 4 out of 5. If about half of those negatives were cut from the game, then the game would have got a 5 out of 5. And I'm honestly saying it's still one of my favorite video games to this day. So guys, in the comment section below, let me know, what did you think about Fallout 4? Is it the best Fallout game? Is it better than 3? Is it better than New Vegas? Give me your thoughts down there below. Also, be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button to get the best of what's going on here on the channel. And I'll catch you guys later. Narik Chase, signing out.